Every year, millions of Americans are exposed to a contagious virus.
What is this virus? It's stigma.
Stigma promotes an environment of shame,
fear, and silence,
which prevents millions of people from seeking help.
But there's good news.
The National Alliance on Mental Illness believes stigma towards mental illness is 100% curable.
So do yourself and everyone a favor.
Go to curestigma.org and get tested for stigma.
Welcome to North Gwinnett High School as we kick off the Soccer Down Here Game of the Week series for the 2020 season. Norcross facing North Gwinnett in girls high school soccer action. Voice of tonight's match is John Nelson.
Thank you very much, Jason Longshore. Good to be with you as always. Good to kick this off with the Soccer Down Here Game of the Week from Tom Robinson Field here on the campus of North Gwinnett High School. North Gwinnett, coached by Jeffrey Becker. Last year, 2019, they were 18-3, went undefeated in Region 6-7A with a goals for and goals against margin of plus 23. Only gave up 3 goals in region play. Ran the table at 6-0. Finished the season on an 8-game win streak. Only gave up 19 goals all season long on their way to the state championship in 7A. On the flip side, Norcross coming in, Ryan Burkhart, the head coach, coming in at 11-6, 4-2 in region play, and we are underway from Tom Robinson Field. As you picture the match here in the first 40 minutes, North Gwinnett in their black kits, red numbers, they are going from right to left. As you picture things in Norcross, they are going in their road whites. With the blue numbers, they are going from left to right. North Gwinnett starts off in a 4-3-3. Phi Matthey is in net. We'll go through the starting 11s as we go. Norcross will start off in a 4-2-3-1, Jason.
Underway, finally getting the 2020 season underway officially for both of these teams. This is a bit of a rivalry, isn't it?
Yeah, last year it was only a 1-goal game. First chip trying to challenge the keeper, and it's knocked away, and it's going to be a first corner 50 seconds in. Great opportunity there for North Gwinnett.
The dreaded shot/cross nearly caught the keeper out, but great recovery to get a hand on it.
Lillian Johnson-Warren got both hands on it, so it's going to be a corner here on the near side for North Gwinnett. And the Lady Bulldogs will go after it. Shannon Quinn will be the one taking the corner with the right. Sending it in, looking far post. Punched and easily picked up there by Lillian Johnson-Warren after she punches it to herself. Norcross will now have possession.
Good hands by Johnson-Warren. Little shaky on the first one, not challenged. Got both hands on it, settled down. You just need to get a couple touches early on.
North Gwinnett working their way from right to left. It's Shannon Quinn again. And a double team there, and it's back out towards center line. North Gwinnett will regroup.
Good cut back by Zapata on the left side for North Gwinnett.
North Gwinnett, for them, 2019, 21 of the 31 goals that they scored are lost to graduation. So that's going to be the first test for Jeffrey Becker to find out who's going to step up this year with all the graduating seniors from 2019.
That's what these early games are all about, getting the understanding of who you can count on. You know, both of these teams have went through conditioning for the last month, and now you get on the field against somebody else in a game that counts, but it's still an opportunity to learn about who you're going to be in 2020.
Working it into the far corner, cross with the right, goes inside the 6. Johnson-Warren thought about it. It ends up going over everyone, but once again, Quinn will be there for North Gwinnett, and it'll be another corner off the deflection.
Senior goalkeeper Lillian Johnson-Warren, busy early on. Needs to be a little more vocal there early now that you're seeing North Gwinnett pumping crosses from the right side.
North Gwinnett had a scrimmage The tail end of January, it was a 1-1 draw against South Forsyth at South Forsyth. But this is the first one that means anything. After this, in a couple days' time, they'll take on Brookwood at Brookwood Community Stadium. Sent in, up and over everybody. Far post, headed, settled down. Can Norcross clear? The answer, yes. But not all the way out. North Gwinnett will work their way to the near side into the near corner. Nicely done to get the ball away. Can Norcross keep possession this time and get out of trouble? They can.
Norcross looking for a way to counter now, but good swarming defense from the Bulldogs. They regain possession right at midfield.
Claudia Gotti had her chance, but North Gwinnett's defense clamped down on her, and they're going to try it again. Fee Matty working her way forward, intercepted by Norcross. Nicely done to send it forward, but the back line of the Lady Bulldogs hanging out there. They had possession, lost, and gained again. And it's going to go to Norcross after hitting a couple of different folks.
Scrappy in the middle third as both teams try to settle down 5 minutes in.
Chipped forward once again by Norcross, but North Gwinnett is there, and they'll send it all the way to the back line to try to regroup. Nice pressure that time by Morgan Hipelli. Try to create a turnover, but North Gwinnett gets out of trouble.
Good patience from Zapata. Turns, plays the goalkeeper, keeps possession, doesn't force anything as North Gwinnett tries to draw Norcross out.
Can Norcross work their way forward? Haley Foster was a part of that offensive work over on the middle third, trying to get it in, but they can't. Goes back to Maddie, and they will regroup. But
North Gwinnett tried to build up possession there. They got caught just a bit by Norcross. I think they're going to stick with that, though. It's the best opportunity to create some gaps
inside the area, but getting out of trouble there for North Gwinnett was Dylan Lamberth. Good pressure by Norcross to try to gain possession, and they do over on the far side toward the offensive third of Norcross as they head from left to right.
Some sustained possession for the Blue Devils as they ease into the match. You start to get some touches, knock the ball around a little bit. It can help you settle down on the road.
Catching up with Coach Becker before the match, he admitted that now, since you're a state champ, every game for you is a lose-lose, because if you go in and you're facing a team like a North Gwinnett, you know, the public perception is that North Gwinnett is the anticipated winner, but if you lose, then the expectation is entirely different. Johnson Warren will send it forward after coming way out of the box.
Good work to come off her line and cut off that counter.
But back comes Norcross, Annabelle Nowak. And she will have the throw for Norcross as we're coming up on 7 minutes in here. Goalless from Tom Robinson Field on the campus of North Gwinnett, as Norcross and North Gwinnett, county rivals, going at it for the first game here in the 2020 season for the Soccer Down Here Game of the Week. Good work over at the far, but not able to hang on to it was Chandler Lewis Jenkins. It's going to be a quick throw. Chance for Norcross to try to work something on the break, but nicely done there by Katie McCormick to stem that offensive run.
Strong defense from the right back for North Gwinnett. McCormick gives away the throw in the final third. We'll see if Norcross can create anything out of it. They have not tested the goalkeeper as of yet.
Maddie happy with how things are defensively right now. Morgan Capelli had to go chase the ball, so she will be the one with the throw. Here in the 8th minute with Norcross and North Gwinnett. The boys' game to follow, 7:30. Very quick throw to bring it in that time with Foster. Turn there, had a chance to make something happen, but North Gwinnett will work their way forward again. Long ball forward, but picked off by Norcross, and they can't quite keep it in as they had their opportunity there as well. Ellie Johnson had possession, but she lost it trying to hook up on the pass. It'll be a throw for North Gwinnett, and looks like Jewel Lewis, number 17, will throw.
Sustained possession for Norcross, but they were unable to create anything out of it. And here come the Bulldogs.
Allison France working it to her right. Tries to put it into the center. No one there except a Norcross jersey, and it's going to try to come back the other way. Good scrap there with Norcross with Hapelli and Jewel Lewis. Now it looks like it's going to stick with Norcross.
Strong from Morgan Hapelli, the sophomore or freshman for Norcross. Holds off the pressure, earns the throw.
Heavy touch, and now on the turn, it is Norcross, but they can't get anything out of it. Once again, that tough defense of North Gwinnett working its way forward, but Norcross will get it back just as quickly.
Big tackle by Lamberth to break that attack up by Norcross.
The thought was to send it all the way back to Johnson Warren in the middle third, but find a way out of trouble, and they'll work it forward. It's Ellie Johnson, number 7. Haley Foster couldn't get a hang on to it in the center circle, but North Gwinnett will end up with it. A lot of back and forth right now in the middle third. North Gwinnett will send it all the way to their back line. Sending it forward, looking for the long ball. Nicely picked off there, but unable to do anything with it. Here comes North Gwinnett. Looks like they've got numbers, but the interception there will bring it back the other way.
Back and forth, both teams looking to go direct over the top. Backline standing strong. Last one was cut out by Georgiadis, senior defender, senior right back for the Blue Devils.
Dylan Lamberth will bring it forward as we're now late in the 10th minute, heading toward the 11th. Through everybody, Johnson Warren will pick it up, looking for an outlet, and she'll hang on to it.
Both teams kind of feeling each other out here in the first 10 minutes. A lot of these players from the same general area. They've probably played on the same club teams at different points in their career, played against one another at different points in their career. They're playing like they know each other pretty well.
Annabelle Nowak trying to get something done for Norcross over on the far side, middle third. Ends up being a North Gwinnett throw. And North Gwinnett will try to regroup. Looks like it's heading back to Matty. But instead, sticks with fellow backliners now to go back to the keeper for the reset.
Strong from Lamberth under pressure again. She's standing out on the back line for the Bulldogs.
Jewel Lewis, a part of the passing chain, gets it back. Tries to turn on Hapelli. Hapelli will intercept off another pass. That's just a lot of back and forth right now. Long ball, and it had too much on it that time, as Gabby Zapata tried to release a teammate.
Good positioning from Zapata, though. She found some space kind of between the lines a bit. Looked to spring Quinn down the left side. Pass was overhit. Zapata blocks that clearance away. It's a throw for Norcross.
So Norcross trying to get something done here. Georgiadis with the throw. Tries to work her way down the near touchline with it, but it's picked off by North Gwinnett.
Zapata very comfortable on the ball, turns back inside, finds a teammate, but it's taken away.
So let's see what Norcross can do with it this time. That was Haley Foster, number 12. But once again, North Gwinnett with the quick interception, trying to get something done in transition, looking for Allison Franz, and it will go out on the far touchline. Throw for Norcross.
It was a great recovery by the right winger, Chandler Lewis Jenkins. Read that pass coming her way. Intercepts quickly after the move from Norcross.
And the ball slipped out of the hands, so it's going to go back the other way on the throw. Conditions, you got folks busting out their umbrellas here a little bit, so ball could be a little wet. Handling it could be a little dicey, as it was in that chance right there. But Norcross, working well defensively, had possession, lost it a lot of back and forth again. Here comes North Gwinnett. Trying to get something done, picked off nicely there by Norcross with space. Trying to spring Claudia Gaddy. Can't quite happen, so it'll go all the way back to Matty, and they'll try it again.
Unable to hit that through ball. The two center backs for North Gwinnett, Fisher and Lambert, well organized, not letting anything get through the middle.
Not enough on that ball from Matty, and it was almost a great chance for Norcross. Pressure there by Hipelli in the near corner. Now here's Norcross, and this was one of the things that we talked to Ryan Burkhardt about before the match. He saw it, if he had an opportunity like this to try to get pressure on the back line of North Gwinnett, he was going to do it, and it's going to result in a deep throw for Norcross.
Well, Norcross knows what North Gwinnett wants to do, and it's obvious they want to build up out of the back. They don't want to play long. They don't want to get into a 50-50 battle. They want to build up attacks through passing, through pressure. At times it's worked really well. That time they were unable to find an escape route down the left.
Throw, headed clear, but it's going to stick with Norcross here. Georgiadis again working quickly.
Norcross still in the final third, trying to turn and get across in. They earn another throw.
Georgiadis trying to work with number 10, Hipelli. Flick into the center of the box. Looks like it was handled or touched a hand. No whistle there, but North Gwinnett will come away with it. Jewel Lewis again.
Yeah, appeared to have been inadvertent. Good no call by the referee crew. Play goes on as North Gwinnett tries to get over midfield. Can't do it quite yet. Maybe they can down the right.
Remember, when these two teams met first match last year, it was a one-goal game. So when you've got Gwinnett County rivals like this.
Well, usually defenses, too, are stronger early on.
I was going to ask about that.
Attacks are trying to build that chemistry. They're trying to find that continuity, especially with new faces. Defenses typically, and both teams have a lot of returning players on the back line. That helps the solidity of the defense.
All the way back to Lillian Johnson-Warren. Arden Skortis now on the far side. Dribbling forward into the middle third. She'll send it forward with the right. It's going to create a bit of a race, but over everyone's head, and it's going to be a throw in the defensive third for North Gwinnett. Halfway through the 15th minute, goalless here with North Gwinnett and Norcross. Game one of the doubleheader here. Girls now, boys slated for a 7:30. And thanks for listening to us here on the Soccer Down Here app and soccerdownhere.net. Big run opportunity here, and a big shoulder created a chance for North Gwinnett, but it's going to be a corner. Great offensive one-on-one work by North Gwinnett.
The speed of the junior Chandler Lewis Jenkins gets in behind, holds off the defender physically, tries to cut back and put in a cross that's cleared away. Corner kick opportunity.
Shannon Quinn will send it in from the far corner this time. North Gwinnett without two of their top strikers tonight. A couple of knocks. They'll be back for their next game. Sent to the far post over everybody inside the 6 and in. Couple of high hops over the Norcross defense, and the first goal of the 2020 season goes to North Gwinnett.
Dylan Lambert gets the goal on the back post. Don't think she caught it completely cleanly, but it goes into the ground and takes a hop away from the goalkeeper, away from the defender on the post. And Dylan Lambert, the center back sophomore who's played very well in the early going, gets a goal for her efforts.
Lambert had 3 assists last year for North Gwinnett, gets a goal on the board for her first points of the year. Norcross tried to work quickly, but it's picked off by North Gwinnett. They can't quite hang on to it. Shannon Quinn can't. So it's going to be a throw middle third for Norcross. Georgiadis looking for a little help, and she'll find it. Trying to work all the way over to the far side as you're looking at it here, middle third.
Good turn from Haley Foster, who was under pressure for Norcross in the middle of the park. Able to keep possession, try to find something down the left side.
Will work its way all the way back to Fimati, and they'll try it again. Center circle, joust didn't work, big hop. Georgiadis will send it forward. Up and over Claudia Gotti. And the chance there for Katie McCormick, number 5, to send it forward, and they do. Lewis Jenkins on the turn. Good flick forward over the back line of Norcross. But Johnson Warren will get there, and she'll send it back middle third. Norcross with another transition chance. Nowak had her opportunity there. It's going to stick with Norcross. Last touch by North Gwinnett.
It's so essential for goalkeepers in the game today to be strong with their feet. Johnson Warren comes off her line, comes about 25 yards from goal, and cuts out an opportunity, but doesn't just give it away. Starts an attack for the Blue Devils.
Nowak working her way, but they're going to call a foul on North Gwinnett that time. Lewis Jenkins called for the foul, and you're going to have a set-piece opportunity fairly far away, probably 35 yards or so, for Norcross as they work their way from left to right.
Too far for a direct shot, most likely, but an opportunity with numbers. 5, 6 Blue Devils in the middle of the goal and on the backside. North Gwinnett setting a high line right at the top of their 18-yard box.
So let's see what Norcross has in mind here. Sent in heavily with the right on. Short hop. Matty easily picks it up, though. And
easy for Mati to see that one coming and keep it out of the near post. Shot with some heat on it, but Mati with a good save.
Yep. Short hop right in front of her, easily picked up. Defended well that time by Norcross in the attacking third as it got down the field rather quickly, so it'll be a throw for North Gwinnett in the attacking third.
Midway through the first half, North Gwinnett's found a speed advantage on the right side of the field. You're seeing the forward Allison France kind of drift over to the right side. Chandler Lewis Jenkins, the right winger, has already gotten in behind a couple of times.
Scortis tries to clear for Norcross. North Gwinnett ends up with possession again. Let's see what happens here. Try to send it forward, looking for Shannon Quinn. Quinn will track it down near corner. Looking for a little help, tries to send it into the area. Intercepted, but picked back up. Nicely done by Quinn. Let go wisely by Johnson Warren into the side post, and it'll be a goal kick for Norcross.
Good ball to start that whole sequence from the central midfielder, kind of sitting deep in the holding midfield. Kendall Veritek chipped it in, looking for Quinn down the left. Veritek's starting to get more touches in the middle of the field for North Gwinnett. She's the fulcrum for them when they get a little bit of possession.
A lot of physical play as North Gwinnett tries to get it inside the 18. Defended by Norcross. Center circle now. Blue Devils with an opportunity. Picked up nicely by Hipelli, and she's fouled, so it'll be free kick for Norcross.
It's the freshman Hipelli starting to say her name a lot as she's finding touches in the attacking half. Very comfortable on the ball in her first high school match.
Ellie Johnson will get behind it for Norcross. Has Georgiadis way off to her right, near side.
That defensive line set at the top of the penalty area again.
Chipped in just inside the 18. And hit up into the air, nothing behind it that time.
North Gwinnett trying to clear. They eventually do. Can't pick out Quinn on the left side. Throw it midfield for Norcross.
So Georgiadis will be the one to track the ball down. And we're going to have some subs now for both North Gwinnett and for Norcross.
In for Norcross, Ashley Garcia-Miguel. Number 14, Tessa Balsman. And number 17, Katie Mabies. In for North, number 11, Riley King. Number 21, Madison Free. Number 26, Bree Barley.
So 3 swaps each for Norcross and for North Gwinnett. Norcross trying to work their way in, edge of the area. Chipped in top of the box, and a turn blocked nicely that time by North Gwinnett, but it'll still be a throw attacking third for Norcross.
Backline for the Bulldogs has been so impressive, really limiting the opportunities for Norcross. That was one of the better ones for Katie Chuckren. Tried to turn to the right foot and take a shot from 20 yards, but it was blocked away.
Tessa Balsman was a part of the activity there. They're going to call a handball on North Gwinnett. It's going to be an opportunity for Norcross from...
It's right at 20 yards.
Right at 20.
20 yards, but it's off to the right, so it's a tough angle to shoot from. It's going to be probably played to the back post as Norcross has 7 players on that side, including one very deep on the opposite side of the penalty area who's wide open at the moment.
Haley Foster takes a peek at everyone. Short little chip. Cleared easily by North Gwinnett.
Dangerous ball. Didn't get the runs that Foster was looking for, darting across in front of the goal. Didn't materialize. It's headed away. Looks like a long throw coming for the Blue Devils.
Freshman Tessa Balsman puts it inside the area. Headed out again. Balsman will track it down. Last touch by North Gwinnett again.
Throw went almost 15, 20 yards. Looks like that's coming again. Goes back this time to the top of the 18.
So let's see what Norcross wants to do here. Chip, easily grabbed by Matee.
Long shot from distance, probably about 25 yards out. It's another easy save for Matee. She punts it from the top of the 18.
Shot was by Scortis that time. But once again, here comes Norcross, but the flag is up.
Flag was up, but it really didn't matter as Lamberth was there again. The center back duo of Lamberth and Fisher completely in sync. They've stepped up when they've needed to, and they've taken care of the business with a tackle where it's called upon.
Halfway through minute 25, goalless, 1 goal on the board. The Lamberth goal in the 16th minute has been the difference, 1-0 for North Gwinnett over Norcross. Balsman again, trying to send the ball long off of the throw, looking for Gotti. But it's easily picked off by North Gwinnett, sent back to Matee, and Matee will launch it with the right. Middle third, pursuit by both Norcross and North Gwinnett. Last touched by the Bulldogs. Blue Devils will throw. Balsman getting some help from Chuckren. Sent toward the top of the area. Norcross getting to the ball first a lot, but the back line for North Gwinnett very, very stout so far.
Madison Free has come in as a substitute to help this back line. Maybe one of the smaller players on the field. She won that header in traffic to deny an opportunity.
Far corner. Ball hops over both the Norcross and the North Gwinnett player, and so Matee will get the goal kick.
Throw in down the line. Nobody could get a foot on it. North Gwinnett lets that roll out. They play the goal kick short to Free. Back to Matee.
Matee wants to launch it, couldn't get under it. Ends up being a grounder towards center circle, but it does its job.
Great through ball.
Great idea there, but nicely defended that time by Norcross, and Tessa Balsman getting back the freshman. Nicely done, so it'll be a throw attacking third.
Balsman's had a lot to do here in the last few minutes. Another good defensive play from her.
Jewel Lewis gets her pocket picked. Here comes Norcross again. Nice chip to get it out of trouble. Lot of space. Katie Chuckren sending it over to the far side. Back to Chuckren in the middle. Turns around, gets it to the right. Couple of hops looking for Mobies. She'll track it down, and it looks like she will touch it. Thought she touched it last, but it's going to be a throw for Norcross, almost toward the corner flag near side on the right.
Kind of unlucky. Looked like that came off of Lewis. Norcross can't control it. Goal kick.
And that was last touched by Claudia Gotti inside the area, so no one there to help, and it'll be Matee with a goal kick.
1-0, 12:40 left in the first half. It's been a back-and-forth half between Norcross and North Gwinnett. North Gwinnett has the goal to show for it via Lamberth on a corner. But Norcross has had more shots and maybe more possession here in the first half.
Free gets the ball out of trouble for North Gwinnett. And they'll work their way up the far side. Good turn by the Bulldogs now. Space in the middle of the field if they can get there, but they can't. Nicely defended that time by Norcross to get out of the jam. Sent forward with the left. Free got there first, but Claudia Gotti, being pressured by two North Gwinnett players, gets a little help from Haley Foster to get it out of trouble.
Lamberth won the initial tackle but couldn't regain possession for North Gwinnett.
Balsman was there, but France was there for North Gwinnett, equally so. And into the middle third, the duel between Georgiadis and Bree Barley. Barley touched it last, so it'll be a Norcross throw.
These are the points in the match early in the season where the lungs are struggling just a little bit. The legs start to get a little bit heavy for the players who started the match. The players who came on as a sub about 10 minutes ago are going to have an opportunity to maybe break something open.
Good left into the near corner. Chance for North Gwinnett, Allison France. Has to bring it back out. Jewel Lewis tries to go for the big switch on the ground, picked off or intercepted briefly, and a big idea by North Gwinnett just over the bar, over Lillian Johnson Warren and Abby Zapata. Big.
Quick turn and shot with the right foot. A powerful one goes off the football goalpost and back off the backside of the soccer crossbar. Completely caught everyone by surprise with that effort. Zapata with a dangerous chance.
Sometimes you see those opportunities. It's one of those why not. You sit there and you see an opportunity, and it gets past Warren, but almost goes in just wide off of the bounce.
Johnson Warren unable to secure that one, but it was going wide on the far side.
Sub coming in now for North Gwinnett.
Number 9, Kelly Hall. Ladies, we have 10 minutes.
Kelly Hall checks into the match.
Kelly Hall tonight wearing the number 9. Normally wears the number 1 for North Gwinnett.
Goalkeepers like to play on the field from time to time.
Yep.
Hall getting that opportunity.
Turned by Norcross, trying to bring it down in the middle third and advance it, and they can't. Last touched by the Blue Devils. It'll be a throw for North Gwinnett.
Zapata heads it along for the Bulldogs. Chasing the goalkeeper, but can't get a foot on it.
All the way back to Johnson Warren, and she will try to send it forward. Launches it out of bounds. It'll be a throw for North Gwinnett, middle third.
The pressure from North Gwinnett forced Johnson Warren into that poor ball with the right foot. Gives away the throw at midfield.
Space down the far touchline. It's going to be more substitutions for North Gwinnett now. Allison Franz will go. Chandler Lewis Jenkins back in, and Shannon Quinn back in for North as Allison Franz takes a seat temporarily. Cleared but not all the way out by Norcross. North Gwinnett. Top of the box, looking to turn. Sends it back out. Get a little space to try to get something done. Nicely poked away there, but it's going to stick with North Gwinnett. Norcross tries to get out of trouble in their defensive third, but North Gwinnett really turning up the pressure now. Sent into the area. Didn't quite get full contact on the clearance. And now finally on the second chance, Norcross will finally get it out towards center circle.
Lamberth wins it at midfield and picks out a teammate on the far side.
Lewis Jenkins had a chance. Norcross cannot get out of their own half right now. North Gwinnett really putting on pressure. Big launch with the right. Too much on it and pulled, and it's going to be a goal kick for Johnson Warren. And for Norcross, 7.5 to go first half.
Yeah, a little more time there for North Gwinnett. Could have settled that, maybe looked for a better opportunity. Bree Barley with the shot that goes wide of the far post.
Here comes North Gwinnett again. Field definitely has tilted in North Gwinnett's favor the last handful of minutes. Glancing header. Norcross trying to clear. They do, but not all the way out again. Another chance for Norcross to get it out of their own defensive third. Chukrin with it.
Chukrin so good on the ball, pulls it back up against the touchline, back into the middle of the field just to relieve some pressure.
Skortis tries to send it forward, but back comes North Gwinnett again.
Free with another good intervention in this back line for North Gwinnett.
Tenacious defending by Norcross, top of the area. Poked away, and Norcross defending rather frantically right now, to be honest. Sent through. Johnson Warren grabs onto it, but we got a whistle first.
A foul on the shot. The shot was from distance. It's going to be a free kick about 30 to 35 yards away for North Gwinnett.
So let's see who settles under it.
Taking the kick for North, Riley King.
Riley King, number 11, will take it. 5:40 and counting first half. Sends it up and over, and it will be a goal kick for Norcross. Three subs now coming in for the Blue Devils.
Ambitious from King, never testing the goalkeeper, Johnson Warren, with that one.
Morgan Hippelli is in. Amanda Hasanika and Elizabeth Posada Vargas now back in for Norcross. Coming up on 5 minutes to go first half. Johnson Warren looking for a little help, sends it forward, headed back by North Gwinnett. And here comes the pressure from the Bulldogs. And Georgiadis just has to turn and get rid of it, so it's going to be a throw in the attacking third quickly for North Gwinnett.
That's the smart play from Georgiadis. Had no options, would have given it away if she tried to force anything else. Allow the team to reset defensively, and they win the throw.
Working forward, Norcross out of it. Big left. Can Norcross get to it first? Matee will, and it will roll all the way down. Great idea from Norcross. Couldn't quite pull it off.
A little too heavy on the pass, but it does get you out of your own half and allows you to play in the other team's defensive half. Sometimes just flipping the field like that can be very valuable late in the half.
Tessa Balsman will throw close to the center line, just in their attacking half. Intercepted on the head, and here comes North Gwinnett with an opportunity, but defended, and they're going to call a foul on North Gwinnett. It's going to stick with Norcross, as you had two players chasing after it, one for each team.
Excellent defense from Skortis, cut across as Barley was trying to get in behind for North Gwinnett. Skortis went in, knew that there was going to be contact, took the hit from Barley. It was inadvertent, but she'd won the ball first and earns the free kick.
Skortis has some help from Georgiadis if she wants it, but she'll send it long with the right. Got underneath it to the center line, and back comes North Gwinnett. Lewis Jenkins trying to chip it over the back line. She does nicely into the corner, into the area, sent in, grabbed nicely there by Johnson Warren for the save.
Good hands from Johnson Warren. No rebound there, no slip. Grabs it and looks for an option down the left side.
It was there with Nowak briefly, but here comes North Gwinnett again. Lewis Jenkins up and over to herself into the area. poked away and cleared by Norcross, but not all the way out.
That speed of Lewis Jenkins causing big problems on the right side.
Lewis Jenkins again, far corner. Sends it in, top of the area, headed but wide of Johnson Warren. Goal kick for Norcross, 2.5 and counting first half.
Lewis Jenkins creating another opportunity. Good cross back to the top of the 18. Header doesn't test Johnson Warren. It's felt like Norcross has had maybe a little more of the possession in the first half, but North Gwinnett's been more dangerous when they've been able to get into the final third.
Poked forward, Ellie Johnson and Nowak. Nowak will send it forward with the right, but North Gwinnett is there. Deep throw for Norcross off the deflection and the defense.
Under 2 minutes left as North Gwinnett holds on to a 1-goal lead here in the first half.
Okay, for those who are listening to high school soccer for the first time, we've had a 40-minute half. And what other rule changes or rule differences off the top of your head?
Your substitutions that are re-entry. You can leave the field, you can come back. There's no limitations in that regard.
Norcross trying to spin out of trouble, can't do it entirely. Center circle and sent forward. Lewis Jenkins tries to settle, but the defense for Norcross is there. Poked, but poked back. And once again, Norcross trying to figure out how to get out of their own defensive third. The pressure from North Gwinnett is immense right now. Inside the area, two players hit the deck, play on. Shift forward, Nowak. 1 minute to go and counting.
It's good defensive work again from Scortis under pressure. Rides off the challenge with the clearance down the left as we get under 1 minute left.
North Gwinnett trying to create a lot of Norcross bodies just in the middle of everything right now, creating a lot of issues, but North Gwinnett had the field tilt for them in the last handful of minutes.
Throw in for North.
So you'll have a throw in for North as Norcross tried to settle.
20 seconds left as North Gwinnett looks for one more opportunity with a throw at midfield.
Sent forward. Can't get into the attacking third. A lot of Norcross bodies are there.
Free tried to pick out a teammate. It's knocked away from her as the clock ticks down to end the first half.
Mobies was the last to touch, and that'll do it for the first 40 minutes. So what'd you think of the first 40?
Pretty balanced. North Gwinnett with the breakthrough on a set piece. Play has been generally even. Norcross has had a little more of it, but North Gwinnett's been more dangerous when they've had the opportunities.
And when you look at folks who have stood out for you from both sides, obviously the one goal is the difference, but I know that you've been mentioning the center backs for North a great deal.
Yeah, you got to look at Dylan Lambert, who has the goal. She's been very strong defensively. Starting partner was Emma Fisher, very good half for her. And then towards the end of the half, it was Madison Free who came in to partner in the back. Free was very good with her passing, very aggressive in winning and recovering the ball for the Bulldogs.
What else is on your mind for the half?
We're going to take a quick break. That's what we're going to do for the half. We're going to come back in just a bit. 9.5 minutes till the second half gets started here at North Gwinnett High School. Bulldogs leading 1-0.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Georgia. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Georgia High School Association and the Georgia Athletic Directors Association.
We know that every driver is different, and a one-size policy does not fit all. That's why Country Financial offers a variety of discounts, so you get the coverage you need and the savings you deserve. From good driver to good student, multi-policy to multi-car, we've got a discount to suit every driver. Call Jason Wright at 678-568-6871 today to see what you could save. On Facebook at Jason Wright Agency or by phone at 678-568-6871. Discounts vary by state. Policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Preferred Insurance Company, or Country Casualty Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois.
A ranger station.
I'd like to report a bear hug.
Okay.
I put out my campfire and Smokey Bear hugged me.
So you drowned the fire, you stirred it, drowned it again, and felt that it was cold?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's just letting you know you did good.
Bear hug from Smokey Bear. Status update.
I'm gonna let you go now. There are many ways to start a fire, but one sure way to put it out. Learn how you can do your part at SmokeyBear.com.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service, Ad Council, and your state forester.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Georgia's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Georgia High School Association and the Georgia Athletic Directors Association.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, contact my friend Steve Apolinsky of Apolinsky and Associates. He's been representing individuals for over 30 years throughout Georgia and Alabama. Email him at steve@aa-legal.com or call him 24/7 at 404-377-9191. The initial consultation is free.
You're listening to Soccer Down Here daily on SDH Networks, a division of OSG Sports. Find us at Soccer Down Here on Facebook and Twitter. The time is now the top of the hour. Peep, y'all.
Welcome back to North Gwinnett High School. The Bulldogs lead Norcross 1-0 at halftime. Thank you to our sponsor, Steve Apolinsky of Apolinsky and Associates, and Jason Wright of the Jason Wright Agency. Back to you, John.
Thank you, Jason. Once again, reminder where we are here. With North Gwinnett, 2019, they were 18-3, 6-0 in region play, 8-game win streak to finish the year, and end up with a state title. They lose Aaliyah Kitchens and her 20 goals and 10 assists coming into the 2020 season. Norcross was 11-6, 4-2 in their region under Ryan Burkhart. And you have, once again, you have Gwinnett rivals who are going after it again. They played first game last year. It was a one-goal game. We've got a one-goal game here after 40 minutes.
It's going to be curious to see early on which coach kind of has the right buttons to push with their squad here at halftime. What changes could we see? As both teams are still kind of building for the 2020 campaign. I don't know if both coaches really know their squads well enough here to find that big change in the second half.
And we mentioned that North Gwinnett came in short-handed. They have two of their strikers not playing because of Knox. When I talked to Coach Becker before the game, he said that, yes, they'll be available for the next match around the corner, but not here tonight. That next match for North Gwinnett is on the 7th at Brookwood Community Stadium, up against the Broncos. You don't have Marcella Chartouni and her 5 goals and 6 assists from last year. You don't have Alana Shepard and her 2 assists from last year. So your 2 strikers not available tonight, but North Gwinnett finding other ways to get their job done against Norcross.
It's such a compressed schedule. You have to manage minutes for these players. You have to manage any kind of injuries too, because you don't want them to turn into an extended absence. It's a sprint of a season, and once you start getting these region games popping up, that's what can decide where you go into that state tournament. And for teams with state tournament aspirations, every region game is so critical. You can't be missing your top players.
And also, when we caught up with Coach Becker, he said that the biggest things that he wanted to tell his players, now that you're a state champ, you've got to work harder every game because everyone is coming after you in these ideas. And in that scrimmage that we talked about with North Gwinnett, the 1-1 draw against South Forsyth last week, he said they had 20 shots but only one goal. And that was one of the things. It's like you wanted to work on the passes being less sloppy, and finishing were the two things.
Getting close to the second half, about 2.5 minutes away. We will be right back after this message from the GHSA.
I loved playing high school sports. I loved the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, all the pageantry, and I wanted to keep playing. But I graduated. No colleges called, and neither did the pros. So, to stay close to the game I loved, I decided to become a high school official. You know, a referee. When I played high school sports, I learned the importance of integrity, good sportsmanship, and respect for the rules. Now, as a high school official, I get to help model these same values to others. Maybe the colleges and the pros didn't call, but the kids in Georgia did. And now, I'm enjoying the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, and all the pageantry of high school sports all over again.
Interested in becoming a licensed high school official? Go to highschoolofficials.com to learn more and begin the application process.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to North Gwinnett High School. A goal in the first half from Dylan Lamberth is your difference in the first half. North Gwinnett leads 1-0 over Norcross.
And we talked about what Coach Becker told us from North Gwinnett, and we caught up with Coach Burkhart before the match. Basically what he told his team is that everyone is a contender right now. First match out of the blocks, everyone's a contender. Doesn't matter who you're playing. It could be North Gwinnett in this case. Whoever your first game is, everyone is a contender now in the 2020 season. Biggest things he wanted to work on, and we saw them in the first half, possession in the North Gwinnett half, and we saw those moments of pressure there as well, and that was one of the things. Don't let up was one of the biggest messages he had for his team coming into the first 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's a definite, obvious thing you want to hit here early in the season because you want to set that tone of constantly battling. You're going to get into some of these matches where it's just not on for you. You're struggling to connect passes, but sometimes it's that deflection. Sometimes it's that one defensive effort that can force a turnover. Sometimes it's just grit that can get you through some of these nights where maybe you're not at your best, but those wins are critical when you start getting into seeding. Those wins are critical when you're talking about state rankings, and they're critical to build that culture of winning.
And we saw in the first 40 minutes, North Gwinnett came out in a 4-3-3. Norcross came out in a 4-2-3-1. Let's see how things end up here in the second 40 minutes from Tom Robinson Field on the campus of North Gwinnett High School. Thanks for hanging out with us here for the Soccer Down Here Game of the Week, the first game of the 2020 season for us. And here in the second 40 minutes, Norcross will be working their way from right to left, and North Gwinnett, the home side, will be working their way from left to right.
Completely under the lights now here at North Gwinnett.
Yes. Temperature in the 60s, and you had moments of just kind of spittle, basically, for the rain. as a chance was there on the turnover for Norcross as they're working their way from right to left. It'll be a quick corner kick as we're 45 seconds in. Great pressure off the top from Norcross.
We've had a goalkeeper change for North Gwinnett. Grayson Asher is in between the sticks. The sophomore has taken over for Free Mati.
So let's see what Norcross has in mind here from the near corner. Right out to the top of the box, and it's headed away by North Gwinnett. Big tackle there, no foul. They're going to let him play on. Great work from North Gwinnett.
Great tackle by Katie McCormick.
And sent through as North Gwinnett tried to get on offense, but it's sent all the way back to Johnson Warren, trying to reset, but getting in the lane again is Lewis Jenkins.
Look, it's a physical game, and McCormick went in strong on that last tackle. Got all ball. Good call from the referee to let that play on.
What can North Gwinnett do here? Minute 45 into the second half. Physicality continuing down there in the near corner for us.
Tackled away from Zapata.
But Norcross not giving up on it. Working out of their midfield, but not enough behind the pass. Picked off by North Gwinnett. Flicked forward as North Gwinnett tries to get something done in the middle third. But backtracking is Georgiadis for Norcross. Sent in top of the box, knocked back out. North Gwinnett another opportunity. Pushed forward, defended well. And North Gwinnett will regroup here. Lewis Jenkins. 2 players go down. Lewis Jenkins was one of them. No call. Play on. Norcross will send it in between 2 defenders. But backtracking nicely and all the way back for the reset for North Gwinnett. Trying to pass it to get it out of trouble. Nicely done there. Good spin move. North Gwinnett middle third.
Quick feet from Zapata.
Yep.
She turned that back inside with the outside of her right foot.
Ellie Johnson with the deflection turns it into a throw for North Gwinnett. Good overlap here. And it's going to end up being a corner.
Corner kick for the Bulldogs.
As Skortis got in the way of it. So it's going to be a corner for North Gwinnett. And Allison France will take it here near corner as we're a little more than 3.5 minutes into the second half. 1-0 North Gwinnett.
Allison France had the assist on Lambert's goal in the first half. Had 3 last season. Looking for another here.
Sends it into the middle of the area. Chested down. Cleared by Norcross temporarily. France has it. Plenty of space. Wants to set up the left. Deflection off a chest, and it's going to be another corner kick near side 4 minutes in.
Shot by France was blocked by Ellie Johnson. Sophomore defender for the Blue Devils, sacrificing her body to get in the way of that left-footed cannon from France.
Quick reset. Not anyone near it as the pass is sent in. Entry, beginning of the 6. And chance was there for North Gwinnett. Opportunity cleared by Norcross. Flick was popped up into the air. The Norcross defense got around it. Johnson Warren had an opportunity to hang on to it, but now Norcross on the break. 1-on-3. Cut back nicely. Tried to send it into the middle, but North Gwinnett was there defensively, and they'll send it out, so it'll be a throw in the attacking third for Norcross.
Norcross pulled that back looking for some options. As you mentioned, a 1-on-3 break. Odds are not good. Couldn't get the reinforcements in time. Cleared away by Lambert.
Pelly once again showing that she's not intimidated by her surroundings. As a freshman, was the one who was on that 1-on-3. But the chance for Norcross on the break, on the chance there, doesn't turn up anything, so it'll be a goal kick for North Gwinnett.
Madison Free was there with Asher, the new goalkeeper, here in the second half to watch that one go over the end line.
pressure by Norcross. Looking to do something, send it in with the right over everybody. And it's going to be a goal kick that time. It was Amanda Hasanika there with the right, and it was an idea that went over everyone's head, so it's going to be a goal kick now for North.
Hasanika cut that back to her right foot, overhit the cross as she was looking for teammates on the backside. Norcross with some high pressure, not giving Asher any short options on the goal kick.
Hasanika camps out under it, chests it down, but North gets there.
McCormick knocked it forward, looking for Barley. It's cut out by Norcross.
North again here, middle third now.
Lamberth taking off on a run.
No doubt. Nicely done that time by Norcross just to knock it out and slow down momentum.
Lamberth gets her first goal of her high school career in the first half, and she's been one of the top players on the field today, both defensively and pushing forward for the Bulldogs.
Big boot with the right, settled down. France wanted to set up her left foot. Norcross knew it, got crowded, chipped in over everybody, so it'll be a goal kick. Veritek with the shot. It goes over the end line. Goal kick for Johnson Warren and Norcross.
That's a long-range shot from Katie McCormick. Didn't hit it well. Doesn't test the goalkeeper, and it's a goal kick taken out to the right side. Pressure from North Gwinnett causes the turnover. Norcross back on it.
Georgiadis tried to get out of the jam. She does.
Come the Blue Devils down the left side.
Nowak looking for Hasanika, and it's too much. Hasanika can't get there in time, so it'll be another goal kick for North as we're in the 9th minute. And what we saw in the first half with North Gwinnett working down the right-hand side, it looks like Norcross has seen something down their left here in the second half.
Haven't been able to create anything out of it so far. Great turn from Zapata.
Around Nowak. Going next level, there's Barley. Cuts it back, works it with the left, top of the area, can't quite settle, knocked out by Norcross. North Gwinnett will get there, and they'll regroup middle third.
Great work from Bree Barley on the right side. Cut it back. Picked out a teammate, but the pass was just a little too hot, unable to settle it and get a shot off. Barley, one of the leaders for North Gwinnett last season with 10 goals and 6 assists on the season.
Poked again by North Gwinnett. No one underneath it as we're now here in the 10th minute here, second half. 1-0 North Gwinnett. Sent up into the air by Johnson Warren, not quite to center circle. Norcross will come down with it. Pressure from North Gwinnett. Georgiadis with the right. But North Gwinnett will take it back.
Zapata pulls it back to France. France has dropped a little bit deeper here in the second half after playing up top in the first.
Good work that time by Haley Foster, number 12, to send it forward. But once again, great backtracking by North Gwinnett to stem the tide.
The speed of Madison Free. She read that the whole way, played it back to her goalkeeper, Asher, who gave it back to Free. That's great composure from the Bulldogs in dealing with that threat.
Nowak will throw for Norcross, trying to work it up the near touchline. Free. Chance for North Gwinnett, but Free once again backtracking nicely. She has taken a lot of control of everything at the back.
Yeah, Free came on about middle of the first half, and it's a great pairing with her and Lamberth because Free has great quickness and speed. She's able to cover a lot of ground. Lamberth is able to step up a little bit higher at times because she knows she's got that cover from Madison Free behind her.
Lewis Jenkins trying to keep possession for North. Norcross touches it last, and as she gets her boot tied all over again, she'll be there for the throw as we're now in the 11th minute. A lot of activity here at North Gwinnett tonight. You've got the region basketball tournament going on over at the gym. Parking is at a premium. Let's put it that way.
Everything's getting underway for the spring sports as the winter sports come to an end. Basketball in that region tournament. You've got baseball getting started. Cars everywhere around the high school as we drove up.
Got to get her early and get your space. Here in the 12th minute of the second half, the one goal from Lambert has stood up so far. North Gwinnett with the 1-0 lead here.
Second half's been very strong from the Bulldogs with the lead, limiting options for the Blue Devils, not really giving them any clean looks at goal.
Turn with the left, blocked once again. A lot of white jerseys there.
Zapata spins away from trouble, though. Keeps possession for North Gwinnett.
Lewis Jenkins tried to get it into the middle. She did after a deflection. Zapata again. Turn. Lewis Jenkins over at the far, outside the box. Nicely defended, but not giving up on it. And she'll launch with the right, and it's wide.
Lewis Jenkins takes it back from the defender on the far side, then has an idea to try to beat the goalkeeper at the near post. Johnson Warren had it covered, doesn't have to make the save. She takes the goal kick short, now it's pressured.
Two North Gwinnett players inside the 18 coming after the ball. Norcross temporarily gets it out of trouble, but middle third, the Bulldogs' defense is right there with it.
Nice cut inside by Lambert.
Definitely. Good idea into the middle. Zapata couldn't hang on to it. France cuts it to her left. Zapata right on.
Tries to beat Johnson Warren high, but not high enough. The height of Johnson Warren. She gets both hands up, settles it down, corrals it in, punts it down the left.
Almost a collision there for a North Gwinnett player and a Norcross player. It was a Sonica here on the near side. Looking to throw is Nowak. Gaddy has it eventually worked into the middle, but North Gwinnett's defense is there.
Lambert steps in the passing lane, cuts it off, picks out France down the right side.
You mentioned that deeper role that she's playing here in the second 40 minutes. It's another example of that.
It's changed the way the center backs are playing with Madison Freehan because Lambert can actually step up a little bit higher. Free's sitting behind her, and they've been completely in sync here in the second half.
France gets in the way of a Norcross rush, but they'll still hang on to possession over at the far as they get into the far corner. Picked away and shepherded nicely. And it's going to be a goal kick as it was last touched by Norcross as it goes over the end line.
Excellent defensive work on that far side by Emma Fisher, just holding off a Blue Devils attacker. Earns the goal kick.
Ashley Garcia-Miguel checking in for Norcross. And Amanda Hasanika is still in, so that was Nowak that left. Annabelle Nowak. Ball works its way through in a couple of hops, picked up by the back line of Norcross. Sent back in center circle by Johnson Warren. It's a lot of back and forth right now. Nicely done. Chukrin sends it up over the top. And it's going to be a throw for North Gwinnett as it goes over the head of Tessa Balsman.
With the lead, the Bulldogs don't have to risk anything. They don't have to consistently build out of the back at this stage. If they have an option to go over the top and try to use their speed, they can do that now. They've been so strong defensively, they can take those risks because they're winning everything back at midfield.
Zapata looking to get out of trouble, spins and kicks it backwards. Sent forward from the back over the top. Too much is there, and it will be a goal kick for Norcross.
Free was looking for Bree Barley on the right side of the penalty area. Ball chipped in, had a little too much on it. Barley couldn't get on the end of it.
Now, will we see the pressure that we saw the previous time?
Johnson Warren went to the other side where there wasn't any pressure. A little miscommunication from the Bulldogs.
Work up the middle by Norcross. There is space.
Straight through the middle with pace.
North Gwinnett gets back defensively.
Good run from Haley Foster, but it was cut off at the end of it.
Nicely done by Lewis Jenkins getting back. There's Zapata.
Great first touch.
Can't quite get through. Great slide there.
Another massive tackle from McCormick.
I'm going to call a foul on North that time as Barley wanted to turn just shy of center circle. I call a handball on North, so it'll go back as we are now in minute 14.
Free kick right at midfield for the Blue Devils. Near the midway mark in the second half, Norcross trailing 1-0 here on the road.
Chuckran trying to do something with it. She turns. But there is Lewis Jenkins once again.
Dropping deep to defend Lewis Jenkins. We've seen her on the attacking end. She's had a couple strong defensive plays tonight as well.
Sent deep. It's going to be a throw-in for Norcross on the far side near center line. Try to work it down that touch line, but North Gwinnett's defense is there. There's Lewis Jenkins with it. France, free, and back.
Asher back to free. Asher very comfortable with her feet in goal.
Good work by Free to send it over. Nicely chipped, kept in, or not.
Zapata couldn't get there in time. It's a throw-in for the Blue Devils.
Close to substitution for North Gwinnett. The next stoppage.
McCormick wins it in front of Chuckran, plays Veritek. And now Lamberth leads the attack for the Bulldogs.
Once again looking left to right. '18th minute here. Back to Free. Thought about McCormick, sends it forward, but it ends up in Norcross. And Norcross will get it back. Once again, the tenacious North Gwinnett defense is there. Off of a turnover, they're looking to get it back as quickly as possible, and they're doing a lot of work to get that done.
It's just organization. They've got everything shut down, and they're able to create counterattacks like this one.
Lewis Jenkins was there, tried to get it through two Norcross defenders, couldn't quite do it, sent all the way out. But you're getting overlap now from defenders from North Gwinnett.
Driving forward and earns a free kick.
Yep. So let's see what North Gwinnett has in mind here. And it looked like it was Morgan Hipelli with the foul, making sure that nothing would come of that offensive rush.
Lamberth was driving forward. Hipelli grabbed her. Lamberth pushed her off, but the foul had already been committed with the grab by Hipelli.
Kristen Wishmeyer in for the first time today, in with the ride into the area over everybody and grabbed easily by Johnson Warren.
Johnson Warren looks to be gaining in confidence as the night goes on. Had a few more touches here in the second half. North Gwinnett with good pressure, but they haven't been able to add to their one-goal lead.
20th minute. Pasonica trying to dribble away from two North Gwinnett defenders. Gets a passing partner, but it's intercepted. Nice hard tackle to keep possession again for Norcross. Nicely done. There's Chuckran. Didn't get enough on it.
Free intercepted. North Gwinnett just gives Norcross no time on the ball, so the passes are getting rushed, miscommunication, and giveaways.
So can Zapata dive on it quickly? First, the answer is no. Johnson Warren will get there as it's inside the area. As we reach the halfway point here in the second half, the one goal in the first half by Lamberth is held up, still 1-0 North Gwinnett.
Johnson Warren with the punt into the middle third. Norcross gets a touch, but it's out for a throw at midfield. North Gwinnett with a suffocating defensive effort here in the second half as they gain more and more control of this season opener.
Great word there. Quinn is in. Andrews is in. Lewis Jenkins is out. Barley is out. And France is out right now for North Gwinnett.
Fresh legs in for the Bulldogs, who've been wearing Norcross down. We'll see if the substitutes can take advantage of a tired Blue Devils backline.
And Ryan Burkhart looking to do the same thing. It looks like he's going to get his 3 subs in at 19:15 to go. So it looks like Morgan Hipelli, Amanda Hasanika, and Katie Chukrin will all exit.
In for Norcross, number 20, Elizabeth Posada-Vargas.
Posada-Vargas is back in.
And Annabelle Nowak.
And Annabelle Nowak is back in, number 13. Zapata tried to line up with the right. It sounded like it was deflected. It went over the end line, so it's going to be a corner for North, 18 and a half minutes to go.
Good defense from the substitute who just came on, Posada-Vargas, to get in front of Zapata's shot.
Taking the kick, Shannon Quinn.
So Shannon Quinn will set it up again. You saw Quinn effective in the first 40. Sends it in with the right toward the top of the box. Can't control it to get a shot on.
Heavy touch from Lamberth. It's out for a throw for the Blue Devils as they try to break quickly.
Tessa Balsman tries to send it back in. Last touch by Norcross. It goes back to North.
It's the defense from Madison Free. Again, though, right there, just enough physicality to force that turnover and earn the throw for the Bulldogs.
Last touch by North on that throw. So it'll go back to Norcross, 17:40 and counting.
Norcross just can't get their foot on the ball enough to create a dangerous opportunity. They haven't really tested Grayson Asher at all in the second half. She came on in relief of Fee Matee. Could be a combined clean sheet for the Bulldogs.
Tried to send it into the middle for a chance for Norcross. Defended well by North, so it'll be a throw. On the edge of the attacking third, Balsman will bring it in.
Heavy touch. Free's going to shield that one out.
Well done.
Goal kick for North.
So it will be a goal kick for Asher, 17 minutes to go.
So far, it's been the defensive efforts of Free and Lamberth that have led the way for North Gwinnett. Norcross have been unable to create sustained attacking pressure. They're going to have to take some chances as we get deeper here into the second half as they look for an equalizer.
Sent forward with a lot behind it. Last touch by North, so it'll be a throw once again for Norcross. Free again with the clearance. Done yeoman work tonight ever since she checked in the first half. Up in the air. Joust. Into the middle. Norcross comes down with it. Let's see what they can do possession-wise. And they'll go all the way back to Johnson Warren. And Ellie Johnson, number 7, was getting pressured. So it'll be a throw-in for Norcross. Garcia Miguel with the throw.
North Gwinnett forcing everything the other way. Norcross just unable to find any passes moving forward to create danger. Great turn there now, an opportunity.
Great turn there by Norcross. It's 4-on-4. Can they do something with it? Once again, the defense for North steps up tall. Nothing comes of that chance in that drive for Norcross with 15:15 to go.
The junior defender Emma Fisher on the far left side. Good recovery run from her. Grayson Asher picks it up. North Gwinnett dodges a bullet.
Asher sends it high, center circle. Big bounce, settled down by Norcross. They get the second touch. They don't get the third. Chipped forward, but Free is there quickly to dispose of it and send it down into their own attacking third, but it will end up heading all the way back to Johnson Warren at the top of her box, getting some pressure, but she does get rid of it. Georgiadis, too much for Nowak.
Yeah, North Gwinnett's dialed that pressure back just a little bit because they don't have to risk it at this point with the lead. Not pressing with 3 and 4 players. It's 1 or 2 now.
Zapata with the right looking for the runner. Didn't quite get there. Picked off by Norcross, and Norcross will try to get with numbers.
Looking for the 1-2 through the middle. The return ball was not there. Katie McCormick recovers for North Gwinnett.
Free. Tries to send it forward. Not there. Not enough real estate, so it'll be a throw-in for Norcross, middle third.
Free knocked down by Gotti, but does not have the giveaway in a dangerous spot. Does enough to clear.
Garcia Miguel with the throw. The foul on, as Haley Foster was trying to come down with it, so it's going to be a foul on North there. Done quickly by Norcross. Can they get something done here? Switch. Nope. Up over the top. Top of the 18.
Gotti shot blocked.
Yep. Great shoulder there to get off the ball, but it was last touched by North, so it's going to stick with Norcross deep in the attacking third.
Norcross starting to get more bodies forward as they look for an equalizer. 13 plus left.
What looked like a foul throw. Flag is up. They let it go. Now we get a whistle.
They're going to come back and call that foul throw.
Yeah, Garcia Miguel had a full cleat over the line. You had a lot of the North Gwinnett fans over here on this sideline as we're in the home football press box, pointing that out to the gentlemen who were dressed in the yellow and black today. 12.5 to go. The one goal has stood up. Goal in the 16th minute. Lamberth made it 1-0 at that point. It has hung on ever since. It has been suffocating defense by North Gwinnett. They've dialed up the pressure when they've needed to. Norcross has had a couple of opportunities. And when you think that they have one with numbers, North Gwinnett gets back just as quickly to close off Norcross here.
Norcross starting to ramp it up, though, as they get more and more desperate as the half goes on. Taken away, North Gwinnett break down the left.
Let's see if there's enough to track it down. The answer there is no, so it's going to be a throw middle third over on the far side with under 12 to go.
But again, field position comes into play. North Gwinnett's able to just get into the other half, kind of break up the rhythm of Norcross, and now they regain possession at midfield. Freeze pass given away. Norcross back on it.
Curling off to the left. Wasn't there for Mobies. She didn't get there in time. Ball goes out, so it's going to end up being a throw for McCormick and North Gwinnett. Zapata in the middle. Drops it back. Free. McCormick. Good idea to keep possession there, but they're going to call the foul on Mobies. So it's going to stick with North Gwinnett. 11 minutes to go.
McCormick's dropped into a right back role here in the second half and been very effective, very physical when needed, but also good on the ball, not losing possession easily.
Sent into the middle of the pitch. Taken away by Norcross. Can they do something with it? No. Knocked away by North Gwinnett. Last touch by North. It'll be a throw for Norcross with 10.5 to go. So we've got subs coming in for North Gwinnett.
As we get these subs, don't forget the boys' game will kick off at 7:30. You'll be able to hear that here on the Soccer Down Here app, on soccerdownhere.net, and on our host at Spreaker.
Match week 1 for us here in the regular season. Looking forward to being in a bunch of different places, calling a bunch of action here for Georgia High School soccer. Nice slide tackle to get it away from Zapata.
Zapata tried to break after recovering it herself, but it was Garcia Miguel who took it back with a good tackle. Free cleans everything up for North Gwinnett once again, and they like to go long over the top.
Scortis tried to do something with it for Norcross, but ends up going all the way back as North sent it forward. Johnson Warner was there, sent center circle, and now we have jousts looking to figure out who's going to get possession. It's going to be Norcross, 9.5 to go.
Johnson Warren goes short as Norcross tries to build up an attack here, connecting a few passes at midfield.
Ellie Johnson working with Scortis.
Free cleared it away once again for the Bulldogs.
Center circle. And they're going to call a foul, that time on Tessa Balsman. And it looks like we're going to have subs on both sides at the next opportunity.
Not quite the final roll of the dice for both coaches, but Norcross wants to find an answer here to Dylan Lambert's first half goal. North Gwinnett holding on to that 1-goal lead, less than 9 minutes left.
Sent forward toward the top of the box. Chested down by Norcross. Sent forward, center circle. Free is there. Tries to get something going offensively for North. Ellie Johnson trying to dribble out of trouble. Zapata is there.
Well, back to Veritek, but it's tackled away from her.
Chance sent in with the right across the 6. Past everybody. Norcross and North Gwinnett jousting for it, trying to figure out who's going to get possession. They're going to say last touched by Norcross. So Barley back in for North Gwinnett now. And Riley King back in.
For Norcross, number 10, Morgan Hippoly. Number 19, Amanda Hushabeka.
Morgan Hippoly.
And number 5,
Amanda Hasanika and Katie Chukrin, the captain, back in for the final 8 minutes.
All three of them have had about 5 minutes or so to catch their breath. They come back now to try to find an equalizer.
Barley gets something in with the left, tries to send it in. It gets past Johnson Warner.
She got enough of it. Not much of it, but she got enough. Defender cleans it up.
Yep. Hard tackling going on, middle third. 7.5 to go. Free mops up again at the back.
Hippoly tried to turn, couldn't get control of it.
And Norcross will get it, and they'll send it back to Johnson Warren. Georgiadis with
Norcross
space.
Looks for something down the right side this time. Cut short. Good defensive work from the Bulldogs.
Intercepted by North Gwinnett, looking to turn. Last touched by Norcross, under 7 to go. North Gwinnett with the throw.
North Gwinnett will take their time on these now, too. No need to rush it. Referee knows that and says, let's back up and let's speed it up a little bit.
Runs forward past the point when it was initially thought of you needed to back up in the first place. But Norcross gets possession deep in their own half.
You're almost daring the referee that time to make you throw it again because that would waste more time.
Yep. Norcross trying to settle it down so they can get some possession. Big physical play going on. They're going to call a foul on Norcross.
Foul on the Blue Devil. Direct kick North.
Looks like the foul's on Haley Foster. So let's see what North Gwinnett will do here as we're now under 6 to go with a 1-0 lead.
It's another opportunity to take their time if they want. Bring it back into play now after a pump fake.
And Jeffrey Becker got some words in before that kick was made. Good flick on. Not enough behind it, but Johnson Warren will grab it easily, and it'll be the chance for Norcross now with 5.5 to go.
Fisher slipped on that delivery. That affected it. Made it come up just a little bit short.
Hasanika settles it down, but not enough by Norcross. Great physical and great boxing out that time to keep possession by North. Barley slips, keeps possession, turns it to her left, cuts it back to her right, can't take a swing at it. Norcross comes away with it, but they're going to call Barley for the foul, I think.
Barley was trying to cut back to take a shot with her right foot, slipped a bit. It was good defense from Norcross as Barley was swinging through, thinking she was going to be able to get a foot on the shot. Ball had already been knocked away, and she tripped the defender.
So Johnson Warren into it, got under it, didn't get a whole lot of distance there. North Gwinnett trying to flick it to get to Barley, but Johnson Warren will get there first.
Barley got shoved just a little bit by the defender she was charging through. No foul called as Johnson Warren punts it to midfield.
Hipelli was there. Tried to get something done. Cleared out by North. Those are now coming up on 4:15 to go.
Gets through to Hipelli, but free with the clearance about 25 yards from goal. Throw in for Norcross.
Done there by Free. Just very, very calm, very composed. Has been a great quarterback back there for this entire match when she's been in. Came in about the halfway point of the first half, and she has been in complete control of that back line.
Norcross with another throw as that one goes into the bleachers on the far side. Throw will be about 30 yards from goal. It's down the line, flicked on, but that's going to be a goal kick for North Gwinnett.
Yep. Arden Scortis tried to flick it forward. It looks like you're going to get subs now once again for North Gwinnett. Allison Franz back in. Chandler Lewis Jenkins back in.
Bulldogs holding on to the 1-goal lead. 3.5 left.
Easy entry by Asher. Sent forward. Lewis Jenkins into the middle. Popped over the Norcross player. That's going to stick with Norcross, though, for possession here, middle third.
Haley Foster trying to find a teammate. Eventually has to go backwards.
Georgiadis had to work it through, but once again, pass had too much on it.
Hipelli chasing, wins it back.
Nicely done by Hipelli. Can she turn and get physical with it and keep possession? She can't. It's going to go goal kick. Great one-on-one battle there for Hipelli and the North Gwinnett player that were over there.
Lamberth does enough to shield Hipelli off of it.
Asher sends it forward towards center circle.
Chuckrin headed it back, but can't find a Blue Devil
Big
teammate.
shoulder that time by Annabelle Nowak.
Nowak trying to get on the end of it. No foul called. Clock stopped at 2:31 to check on the North Gwinnett player.
Big push in the back by Nowak. No foul called there.
Referee felt like it was shoulder to shoulder. It was borderline if Novak was able to get to the shoulder and not go through the back.
So once again, clock stops at 2:31. A little before 7:30, we'll be back with the boys' game with Norcross and North Gwinnett. But it's been fun to have this one as the first one when you talk about rivals in Gwinnett County, regardless of sport. They're not in the same region anymore, but the rivals that you have and the rivalries that you have with these schools, it's always fun to see, especially for the first match of the season.
Well, you see it in all sports with these players growing up around one another. So, you know, they've seen each other many times, whether it was here at school, whether it was at middle school, whether it was at the club level. These players know one another, so there's a little bit of pride on the line in these kinds of matches.
Emma Fisher now in as the substitute.
So the foul was called. It is going to be a free kick for North Gwinnett. Referee conferred with the assistant referee on the far side. I think they're going to take that again. The clock wasn't ready.
Right.
So 2:31 as North Gwinnett takes a free kick to bring the ball back into play. Clock moving now.
Sent forward, more air underneath it. Sticks down the touchline, but it goes away, so it's going to be a deep throw for Norcross in their defensive third.
It's exactly what you want if you're the Bulldogs. No need to risk anything in the middle of the field that could come straight back at you. Pump that into the corner, let Norcross have to build something up through pressure.
Trying to do that, but once again, Lewis Jenkins in the way. Wins the first ball. In towards center circle, but the ball bounces away from Norcross. They can't quite get control of it. North Gwinnett just getting in the way now, sending it into their own offensive third. Hasanika now battling. She will win it.
Great from Hasanika. Tries to pull it back, but she's defended well by France. Taken away by the Bulldogs.
France and McCormick there get it away from Hasonica, now having to rebuild again. Hasonica with the touch and the foul.
124, foul called, free kick for Norcross. Yellow card issued to McCormick.
Yellow card on North.
Garcia Miguel will take the kick.
McCormick with that yellow card has to leave the field of play.
So Gabby Zapata will come in for McCormick. Clock starts again with 84 seconds.
McCormick will come back at the next opportunity. Free kick blocked. Norcross regains it at midfield. Barley chasing and wins it.
Going all the way from the near side to the far side, trying to keep possession of it. 70 seconds. Norcross hits it into center circle. Chukrin tries to chase. Can't keep possession. 1 minute to go. Sent deep again. Johnson Warren has to do something with it quickly. Into the air, into center circle. Headed back. Barley will win the chase with Georgiadis. Edge of the area on the far side. Looks like she's going to take it in with the left. Georgiadis touches it. Both players go down. No call. Nothing happening. So we're
Good
at
tackle.
35 seconds.
Good tackle by Georgiadis. She got a touch.
Norcross has to turn and get something done here, but it's going to be a throw for North Gwinnett. Looks like Free will take it coming up on 20 seconds. Up into the air, into the far corner. Georgiadis marking, and they can't get possession away from North Gwinnett. So it looks like with 10 seconds to go, North Gwinnett's going to take their time and win their game against a county rival for the second year in a row. Another 1-0 win for North Gwinnett over Norcross.
Big home win for the Bulldogs to open the season. Strong defensive effort in the clean sheet. Dylan Lamberth, Madison Free, immense in the middle of the back line. McCormick and Fisher on either side. Goalkeepers splitting the clean sheet. Grayson Asher in the second half. Fee Matee in the first. And North Gwinnett starts off with a 1-0 win.
18-3 in 2019, 1-0 in 2020 as they defend their title in Class 7A. Boys game just around the corner. We'll be back a little before 7:30 for the back end of the doubleheader on the Soccer Down Here game of the week. It's Norcross and North Gwinnett. Play it safe, everybody. We'll see you in just a little bit.